So you're starting an online business and you've got to pick just one strategy to focus on. What's it going to be? Well, forget about those super expensive websites or crazy complex ad campaigns for a second. The single most powerful, low-cost tool you can use today is what we're breaking down right now, the educational mini funnel. Seriously, it's like a secret weapon for building trust and getting sales on autopilot, even if you're starting from absolute scratch. Let's get into how it works. Okay, let's start with the truth that's maybe a little uncomfortable, but is the absolute foundation of the digital world. This quote right here, it's the core challenge for everyone. You can have the best product on the planet, but if that person doesn't trust you, a sale is just never going to happen. So the real question is, how do we build that trust when there's so much noise online?
Well, the first step is to realize that the old playbook, it's just not working anymore. The days of those aggressive, hyped-up sales pages and big flashy promises are pretty much over. People today are just tired of being sold to. They don't want to be convinced of something, they want to understand it for themselves.
And this chart really lays it all out, doesn't it? It shows this huge shift in thinking. We are moving away from a world of pressure and promises and into a world of value and trust. Instead of trying to sell, our new goal is to educate. And believe me, this isn't just some small little tweak. It is a complete change in how we connect with people. This brings us to what is, without a doubt, the most valuable asset any online business can have today. And no, it's not your email list and it's not your social media following. It is trust. In a super crowded market, trust is basically the new currency. But here's the thing you have to get. Trust isn't built overnight. It doesn't happen with one clever ad or a single post that goes viral. No, it's earned slowly, piece by piece, by guiding a potential customer with knowledge that's genuinely valuable to them. You basically give them a win before you ever ask them for a sale.
Okay, so that all sounds great in theory, right? But how do you actually do that in a systematic way? Well, that is where our secret weapon comes in, the educational mini funnel.
So what is an educational mini funnel? It's really simple. It's just a short, automated journey. You can think of it like 3 to 5 emails, or maybe a few short videos. Its whole purpose is to guide someone from being kind of curious to being totally convinced, all by teaching them something useful and with zero sales pressure. Now, when people hear the word funnel, they usually imagine something huge and complicated, right? But in this case, mini is the magic word. A mini funnel is super focused, it respects the user's time, and frankly, it's way more effective in our crazy, attention-starved world. And you want to know the best part? It's really simple to create. You don't even need a big, complex website.
So what does this actually look like in practice? It's not complicated at all. This whole strategy boils down to a really simple 3-step path.
This is the journey. It's so logical. First, you help them really understand the problem they have. Then, you show them a clear, simple way to solve it. And finally, once they see that path forward, you show them how to apply it, which is where your product or service just becomes the natural, logical next step. For example, instead of just selling a workout plan, first, you help someone understand why they struggle with motivation. Then, you teach them a quick 5-minute technique to build habits. Then, your workout plan is the perfect tool to put that technique into action. See? There's no hard sell, because the sale just becomes the obvious conclusion. And this is so important, especially if you're not a big tech person. It doesn't matter what tools you use. The heart of this whole thing is your message. The value you provide in your content is what builds the trust and gets the result, not some fancy software humming in the background. And now, we get to the best part. Once you build this little system, you've created an asset that just works for you. You've pretty much hired an automated salesperson. And it's one that works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. No breaks, no holidays. This system is always on, building relationships and trust for your business around the clock. I mean, just think about that for a second. This mini funnel becomes your most tireless employee. It's out there generating goodwill, educating potential customers, and driving sales while you're sleeping, while you're eating, while you're on vacation. It's a true business asset that just runs on autopilot. And if you're sitting there thinking, yeah, but I can't build this, think again. Modern drag-and-drop tools have made this process so incredibly simple. I'm talking point-and-click simple. You don't need any coding or tech experience. You can often even start on a free plan, which makes this the perfect strategy for beginners, freelancers, or anyone promoting affiliate products. So let's kind of wrap this all up. What we've been talking about here, it isn't just a marketing tactic. It's a sustainable, ethical, and frankly, a profoundly effective way to do business.
So why does it work so well?
Well, it taps into two really powerful psychological principles. First, there's reciprocity. When you give someone immense value upfront, for free, they feel a natural urge to give something back. And second, there's consistency. By starting them on a small, easy educational journey, their brain is just wired to want to finish it, which makes them way more open to the next step you offer.
This really shifts our whole perspective. The goal here isn't just to collect a big list of email addresses. The real goal, the long-term goal, is to build genuine relationships, because those relationships are what lead to higher quality, more loyal customers down the road.
If you take away just one single thing from this explainer, I hope it's this. Stop thinking about selling and start thinking about teaching. In today's world, education truly is the new marketing.
And that leaves us with one final question to think about for your own business. When you make your next sale, what is it going to be built on? Will it be based on a fleeting promise, or will it be built on a solid foundation of genuine, earned trust? The choice really is yours.